This is the only film that made me cry uncontrollably after watching it. It's also the one film I swore I would never click on again. Once, I believed that love should be like Coca-Cola with mint, explosive and intense, to be considered genuine. But after time quietly slipped by, I suddenly realized that the most cherished love in the depths of my dreams is the one that's as simple as a cup of warm water. Not everyone will experience those grand, all-consuming, epic romances. For me, love is simply about loving what I love, being with those who are meant to be by my side. That's the truest, most enduring love in my heart, and it's the one thing I wish to protect in the second half of my life, my only hope. Jerry and May were a couple who had been together for 60 years. But strangely, they always declared to others that they had never loved each other. Whenever someone asked about the other's strengths, they would always fall into silence, as if the other was the most useless person in the world. However, once the question shifted to asking about each other's flaws, they would begin to speak incessantly, carefully, as if afraid of saying too much. Their first 60 years together seemed as ordinary as water, warm and full of comfort, but certainly not memorable in any grand sense. So much so that Chris would often joke that their relationship seemed to have no special qualities, like my world wouldn't be more colorful just because you're in it, and wouldn't be filled with clouds and lose its life when you're gone. Facing this stubborn old man, the woman would never argue with his perspective. Sometimes, if she felt playful, she would joke with him, then maybe I should leave you, to see if what they say in the dramas is true. At that point, Chris would suddenly seem like a child who hadn't grown up, desperately begging Jesse not to leave him. But deep down, they both knew one would never leave, and the other would never let them go. Unfortunately, the moon can never be full, and the clouds above will occasionally cover the sun. They both knew the day they would lose each other was drawing near, and so, they silently prayed for that day to come later, just a little later. But fate, as always, never listens to the prayers of one heart. Just like Jesus knew he would be crucified but could never save himself, the nightmare would eventually creep up on them, quietly, on the warmest and gentlest of days.